Hi, Tessie.
Hi,
Welcome to the Wednesday Wisdom for Women.
thank you. I'm so excited.
And I'm so excited with your topic as well, healing with the mind. Wow, that topic really touches my heart. I don't think I should actually keep you on an introduction. We should just head straight into this topic. Probably know a little bit of how does one actually heal their mind.
Well, it's not heal the mind, it's healing with the mind. And it's how to use the faculties that we have, God-given faculties, right? How to think and how to feel. So we know that the mind is connected to the body. What we think is connected to how we feel. So because as human beings, we have this amazing gift of being able to choose our thoughts. So why not choose thoughts that empower us and strengthen us and make us feel good rather than those that make us feel crappy? It takes the same amount of energy, right?
And we choose you to actually bring
Absolutely,
us
absolutely. I think that's the problem. That's a problem with many of us. It is so easy to fall into that space of blame, of self destruction, right? Tessie?
And we do that all the time. I
Yeah.
know I am really hard on myself, and I've learned how to catch my inner voice, actually scolding myself, berating myself when I don't get it right the first time, or when I look at other people and I think, hey, how come that lady is so much better than me? Or how come they're getting it the first time and they're so much younger than me? And I say, like, what's wrong with me? And this is, it comes so naturally, and now I've just learned how to shut up, keep quiet.
Oh yes, we all need that lesson.
And with a lot of women these days, right, they don't even hear their own inner mind or inner.
And that's a skill to become aware and to catch yourself and to say, disconnect, and let me replay that again. And this time, can I be kinder to myself?
Yeah.
That's actually important.
So let's hear it. How do we do that, Tessie?
So I begin each day with gratitude meditation. I close my eyes and shall we do it? Shall we do it now?
Let's do that.
Okay, so just take a deep breath, 4 counts. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this about maybe 3-4 times. And then imagine that you're in a place where you get to be grateful for so many things that you have, even the slightest, smallest things, like not being sick for today, or being able to get out of bed for today, being with your family, having breakfast waiting for you later. Imagine all the things that make today a good day, that make it like a lucky day. And just be in that gratitude for 3 minutes. And this is the easiest way to love yourself. Gratitude is the fastest channel to loving oneself. Being able to stay in that bubble of gratitude where we are not comparing, we are not practicing any negative emotion, just all positivity, bathing ourselves in that bubble for that moment, just a short moment. Notice that you're feeling better already. Notice that you're feeling calmer already. Notice that you have let go of all the tensions and all the stresses for just that moment, and just bathing yourself in that gratitude, that self-love, that that short amount of time is giving to yourself love. Nice.
So relaxed and so calm.
Yeah.
I was at a few places, Tessie.
Mm.
I could hear the
Sometimes
children's laughter.
sometimes I
Amazing.
struggle to come back.
I'm sorry, did I keep you waiting?
No.
But Tessie, how did you get here?
Get here as
As
in,
in, why this? Why this for you? How did you? What was your journey?
you know, Annie, all of us have come through life. We've I'm at this age, I'm past 50, and I've struggled with so many things in my life, and even certain issues from my childhood I'm still working on in order to heal those unprocessed emotions, the instances in my life that I just couldn't understand as a child. And what I do sometimes in my quiet time is I imagine that I am that little child, so frightened, so confused, often very, very angry, because I just couldn't understand why my teachers said that or why my parents made me do that. And I just hold my inner child sometimes. And for me, that's in my solar plexus area, my stomach area. And I just imagine that small child that I was, and I just put my both my hands like this on her, and I hold her tight, and I love her, and I allow her. I give that child permission to be afraid, to be angry, to be alone, to be confused, instead of judging her, instead of feeling like that child was wrong, and just accept her, embrace that child has become a part of my journey, and that's when the healing actually begins. To know, to use your reasoning, not to choose to be ashamed or guilty about that time in your life, but to just embrace that part of your life as part of who you have become. And I feel that making peace with that, part of your journey is the first step to healing your present time, your present self. And many people take for granted or minimize that piece of work and think it's not important, but it is so important to accept that, I was angry with my father for saying that. Because in our culture and our upbringing, we're supposed to respect our elders. It's not good to feel that we know better than them. But to honor and to love ourselves by giving ourselves permission to feel to feel that anger, confusion, that like, how could you have done this to me? I hurt. You hurt me. Is that first step to soothing that inner child. And so I hold her in my belly a lot of the time to say, it's okay, it's okay. But now that I know better, I know that I have choice to forgive that person who made me feel that way, or even to forgive myself for feeling angry or feeling less than, you know. When my teacher made me said that thing to make me feel so small in front of my class. But I now have the mind and the maturity to allow myself to say, you know what, Tess, I've learned from that. That happened for a reason, you know, and it's all been part of my growth. So that to me is like a whole, it's a whole burden lifted, because I don't have to carry that burden anymore, that anger anymore. I can just release it, and I can just love that child who went through that maybe horrific or not so pleasant experience.
But how often does this, sorry, Andrea.
Sorry.
We're lagging. Go ahead, please, Andrea.
Thank you. So Tessie, I'm very interested to know when you say that child, you show a little bit. Could you show a little bit more on that?
The inner child?
Yes, correct.
Well, I imagine myself as that child, and I can see her in my mind's eye, this miraculous mind's eye that we've all been given. You know, our imagination is such a precious gift, and our memory is such a precious gift. These come from our mind, our magical mind, right? And we can use this magical mind to heal. So it's a choice for us to use this powerful, amazing, magical mind of ours to allow ourselves to make sense of what happened in a way that empowers our going forward, our growth and development, right? So I've made a conscious choice to let go of the judgment, to let go of the feeling of resentment, and just accept that this is who I was, and this makes me who I am today. And I choose to be who I am today as a happy, light, even playful Tessie, rather than that tight and, you know, restricted and angry person that I can choose to be also. But hey, I've got choice. Remember, I am the beauty and I am the goddess.
Yep.
So this is my power. I choose how to use the power that I have been given. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it is amazing. It is.
I'm how often do we practice this? I mean, does it have to be scheduled during meditation, or, you know, can this happen as things happen to you? You know, does it come naturally? I mean, you know, you're an expert, you do this all the time, but for someone,
the bad news is if things get hard, you need to do it more. Yeah. If you're experiencing turbulence in your life, if you're experiencing tension, stress, anxiety, frustration, that's the time we need to practice this more. Spending more time in self-discovery, more time on doing work on yourself. Yeah. And then when it becomes second nature, then you can skip around and choose when you want to apply it.
So it's about when life is tough, you work hard. When life is tougher, you work harder.
Yeah, but all for the goddess that is in you.
Yeah.
You know, won't it be lovely to have this ability to just switch, right? I mean, you get, you know,
Yes.
someone just cut you in the on the road, and you just go, I forgive you for that. You know, I forgive you for that.
And I have a pattern to be able to do that.
Please share with us.
Yeah. So what you do is you imagine, whether you have your eyes closed or not. I do it this way. I have a visual board. I put a huge cardboard, paper, whatever it is, and I make it bright yellow, as bright as the sun, because yellow really attracts me. My eyes just go there. For you, it could be orange. I don't know.
Black,
or green or black. Yeah. So I
black is my orange.
Yeah, I stick pictures of myself there, pictures of things that I like to be, pictures that I like to have, and I stick it there, and words that I want to be associated with. And I make a vision board of the best person that I want to be, the goddess me.
The goddess.
The goddess me, you know? And so I imagine there's my vision board on the wall, and this is me sitting on a chair, and I'm able, this magical mind of mine again, and I'm able to absorb all the goodness from that board and put it in my bubble I've created. I put it in this magical bubble that I've created, and I've sucked up all this goodness, and I've become this fortified, strengthened person with all the good things that I've imagined myself to be, to have, you know, to do. And then I imagine that there's this shaft of yellow golden light coming right down through my crown chakra and slowly cascading into my spine and to the sole of my feet and down into the earth like roots. And I'm so strong, and I'm so planted and grounded and centered, and all of these good things bathing over me. And then there's the magic. I imagine that there's a star, and it's shining, and it's luminous, and it's got golden dust, and I'm able to reach out of my bubble, and I'm able to pluck it out of the sky, and I put it right where my heart is. And that's where my personal power becomes complete.
Wow.
Resplendent with everything that I am and everything that I'm going to be and I'm becoming. So much power, so much love, so much joy and peace.
You know, I feel like I'm growing wings. I feel like I'm lifted.
Isn't it? And then, you know, the magic is, after a while, you do this, and all this noise and all this trauma that's going on outside in the world doesn't bother you anymore. You know, like, oh, you can go and have your fight, and you can go and have your little dispute, and I'm going to sit in my bubble, my magic bubble, and be the goddess me. You know, because my star is right in my heart.
Yeah, you're so magical, and it's really, really so simple for us to understand.
Yeah, that's the power of your mind.
I have a very
difficult.
I have a difficult question for you. I think this is a difficult question. I don't know, maybe it's easy for you, Tessie. While I feel all this, that I have grown wing, and I feel really that personal power within me through this process, reality is my circumstances beyond me doesn't change. Right? I still have that problem. Money still isn't there. The child is still like that. You know, the workplace is still there. How can I align this reality and this new me? How can things change? Do I change? What changes? I feel empowered, but the things around me still is the same. How can I, you know, merge these two worlds together and still feel good and still feel strong and powerful? How sustainable is this exercise?
Yeah. That's a really important question, Annie. You see, the only thing that we can change, the only person that we can change is ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in for a bit. I can't even change my child. I can't change my spouse, my partner. I can't change my boss. I can't change the people I work with, my clients. I can't change anything. I can't change the weather.
Yeah.
You know, I can't change anything external. I can only safely say I can change myself.
Yeah.
And the moment I realized that I'm the only one responsible for my state of being,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one responsible for my moods, my emotions, my thoughts, my well-being. I'm the only one that can say whether I'm going to be happy or not happy.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who can control my stress levels.
Mm-hmm.
The minute that sinks in, the minute that comes into your awareness, then you're going to have to think, oh my God, this is real. Nothing is going to happen. Nobody's going to come and save me. Nobody, no white knight on a magical horse with a unicorn and so on. Nothing is going to come. It's all us. It's all you and me. This is the hard truth. I know I make light of this magical bubble and all that, but it is a fact that the moment you take responsibility for your well-being, things are going to change.
Right.
You can't change things, but the things around you will change when you change.
Oh, I love that. Can you say that again? I'm going to write that down. You can't change the things around you.
You don't change things. But
You don't change
when
things.
you change, the things around you change.
When you change, the things around you change. Oh, this is very, very profound.
So remember that narrative, like, I don't have enough money. What am I going to do? I have to put food on the table. Hey, I've been there. I think you and I talked about this when I was going through my thing, when I had medical bills to pay and I was struggling. And I said, Annie, can you give me work? Because I need to take care of this and that. Remember? And that's the only way that this thought was the only thing that took me through that time. So instead of living out of fear, I stepped on the other side of that range, and I began to live out of gratitude.
Yep.
And I said to myself, look, I'm not a laborer.
Yeah.
I have a good mind. I have language. I can get my family together to pitch in. I can build community. You know, I don't have to do this alone because I can reach out. Everything was about how I handled it for me and for my family. I didn't sit there and I didn't I don't know, cry.
Yeah.
Although I felt like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tessie, what are the changes that you noticed after you switched that mind and that thought?
I didn't feel powerless anymore.
Oh.
You know, when you have disempowering thoughts, I call them, when your thoughts are like, I cannot, I don't have, help me. You feel so drained, so tired, so alone, so confused, like so anxious, like, oh, I'm so frustrated, why me, God?
Yeah.
How can you do this to me?
Yeah, the why me?
Oh,
Why now?
And then what
Why?
you do is, my curtains began to shut. I drew the curtains, and I didn't let the sun in, and I didn't go out, and I didn't brush my teeth in the morning, and I didn't want to eat, and I, that happens. It happened to me.
I
And
can't
oh
believe
no,
it, but I believe that some
you
people.
know, have you been through that? I've been through that, and you don't want to exercise, and you don't care what you eat, and
Yeah, yeah. I've
oh,
been there. I've been there.
I've been there. I've been there. There was no money. I couldn't even give the beggar $10, $1. Those were the days.
Yeah.
And then the minute I said, enough of this, I can't do it. And then things started, it was just a switch. I flipped the switch, and then things started to roll. So, it dawned on me that everything was within me.
This is really,
So
really
frightening,
power.
right? So frightening.
Very frightening.
So frightening. So what stopped me from calling a friend, or calling a prospect client, or calling family to say, I need support?
I really like that point you make. In actuality, we're not alone.
No.
When I mean, I've reached out to you, Tessie, many times.
And me to you. And me to you.
And
Yeah.
I think one of the early realization that I had was that I know I'm not alone. I can't deal with this, and there are things that you can't really talk to your family. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And sometimes you feel that a stranger can help you better. You're not a stranger. I mean, I went to you because I know I can speak to you, and I know that you will help me open that block, and it is that block that is stopping a lot of women from progressing. I'm 50, and I'm only doing now what I feel really great at. And sometimes I do feel, why didn't I start this 20 years ago? Why didn't that open? But you're gonna help me answer that question after we come back. We are 25 minutes into our conversation. Let's take a short break, and then we'll be back. Okay?
Okay.